size girl. Plus size, small size, tall size. Plus size, small size, tall size, any size. Be your own kind of beautiful. Be your own kind of beautiful. Be your own kind of beautiful. Plus size, small size, tall size, any size. Be your own kind of beautiful.
Welcome to the show. If she is a plus size model, stand up. Let them see your body. So what is your size?
I am a size 20 right now.
Size 20?
Yes.
And how long have you been modeling?
I've been modeling for about 3 years.
3 years. How'd you get into it?
Mainly by accident. I went to a place, they were filming and taking pictures, asked me if I wanted to do an interview. I did one. He called me back a few weeks later and asked to do a photo shoot with me.
Wow, wow. What do you like best about modeling?
The clothes. I'm not gonna lie, I love clothes. I am a clothes freak.
How do you feel? We just did a fashion show a couple of weeks ago, and they were calling your name, Roxanne, Roxanne, and you just lit up. How does that feel?
It is an amazing feeling to have people shouting your name while you're walking down a runway. You know, everybody has insecurities,
Yes.
even models.
Yes.
But when you hear people calling your name and the response that you get when you're out there, it just fills me with just energy, and I just want to do even better.
Great. Well, you did an awesome job.
Thank you.
You know, we're here to talk about modeling, but you also have a personal testimony that you would like to share with our audience.
Yes.
So just take me back to an awful time in your life. You were homeless
Yes.
with your kids.
Yes.
And how many kids do you have?
I have 3 children.
And their ages?
I have a 17-year-old, I have an 11-year-old, and I have a 7-year-old.
Wow. So let's go back to that place. I mean, they said we're all one paycheck from being homeless.
Yes.
So let's go back to that last paycheck,
Sure.
and you found yourself homeless.
It was about last year, and it was
Last year?
it was a year, and it started out around October of 2013. That's when it began.
Okay.
And the reason what happened was, in my family, my son's father was working. They took out the safety mechanism on his machine, so he went to fix something, and at that time it chopped off his fingertips.
Oh my God.
So he
on one hand, both
on
hands?
one hand.
Oh my
So he
God.
lost like the tips of his fingers.
Oh
So
my God.
the company didn't seem to really care. They were more worried about OSHA shutting them down. So they just kind of shoved him out, took care of
But
him.
what about workman's comp and
Well, he did get
disability?
workman's comp, but let's be honest, people, workman's comp
not
is only
enough.
temporary, and it's not
It's
enough.
not enough.
And once it's done, that's it. And how are we going to eat after that?
Exactly.
So that's how it started, and then, like you say, one paycheck away, because we were living paycheck from paycheck.
Wow.
Every week, we had necessities.
Yeah.
You pay for them. You want to save. It's not going to always happen.
Right, right.
So yes, but that's how that began.
Cut. Somebody's at the door. Sorry.
It's I kind of already.
We're just one paycheck away from being homeless.
Yes, it is very true. We were one paycheck away. Then the destruction of his fingertips happened.
Wow.
So then, not only is he on workman's comp, we have to make sure this man gets healed.
Right.
So he has to go to the doctor. There's a lot of stuff going involved.
Right.
Not to mention, I still have to take care of the children, make sure
Right.
they get all their needs met. So once the workman's comp wears off, you know, the company was upset because they didn't want to get told on.
Right.
So of course OSHA got involved. Long story short, they made it happen where he lost his job.
Oh my God.
So, you know, political rib tape in the businesses.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so there he is with no job and with us to support.
So you had an apartment or a house?
Well, at the
or-
time we had a cute little back house,
Oh,
you know, and
okay.
we were starting, it was a little starter house.
Right,
And we
right.
didn't own it, we rented it,
Right.
but it was ours, you know.
Yeah.
And we lost that. And then we had to go live with his parents. And then that didn't work out so well because my children do have special needs. and not a lot of people can handle the special needs.
Right.
So then we ended up having to separate. And mind you, this is the first time that my son's father's been separated from his son. He's been there since the day he was born. You know what I mean?
That was hard.
It was really hard for him, and it was
Yeah.
hard for my son as well.
Yeah.
So we teamed together, and we both went through spurts of depression. Now, during this time, I am starting to model, barely getting it kind of started.
Wow.
So I have a decision kind of to make. Am I going to let this stop me, or am I going to keep going?
Yeah.
And after dealing with a lot of personal pros and cons on my own, my decision was life is going to happen no matter what. Poor, rich, it doesn't matter. If I want to do this, I'm going to find a way. And believe me, I did.
Did you guys go to a shelter or just with his parents' house?
In the beginning, it was more going to his parents' house. And then when we had to separate, I had to take, it's myself and my children. So, you know, we would have to go to my friend's house, my mom's house. Then eventually, you know, you start scrimping and saving, getting aluminum cans and getting some extra cash, doing whatever you can to make money. And then we ended up staying at Motel 6. Thank God, you know, because it was nice and it was clean. I felt safer with my kids.
Right.
So we got to be a unit again. But, you know, things like that don't always last that long. Money is very fleeting and it goes very fast.
Yeah,
Children need to eat. They need to be entertained. School is still happening.
And it's so expensive eating out every day. You can't cook. You can't wash your clothes. You know, you're all in one room together. It was tough. But I can kind of understand where you're coming from. So how did you make the transition and get back on your feet?
Well, I'm going to tell you one thing. I did do a lot of praying.
Yeah.
I changed my negative thinking into positive thinking because the negative was just holding me back.
Right.
So I noticed that when I started to change from negative to positive, a lot of things started to change in my life. My best friend, he is my best friend, as well as my son's father. He went through depression, okay, and so we had to get this man going back up. Not worrying about me right now because I'm worrying about him.
Right.
Got him back up, got him back into shape. He went out to get a job.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Jamila J's Plus Size Revolution. And I'd like to introduce you to my fashion and beauty and makeup diva. And don't forget the hair, the girls love hair. Miss Saucy West. Welcome to the show, Saucy.
It's great to be here, Jamila.
Thank you. So I have people in the audience, they're probably saying, who is Saucy West? And who is she to tell me how to wear my makeup, how to wear my hair, and fashion? Tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm Saucy West, of course, and I am your favorite fat girl. And if you have a favorite fat girl, I'm her favorite fat girl. So let's not forget these things. I am also a plus size model, and I do makeup for myself most of the time when I do shows and photo shoots.
How long
So
have you been modeling?
I've been modeling for 5 years now.
5 years. Okay, stand up. Let the audience take a look at you. We're not being shy because you're a size, what,
I'm
28?
a size 28-30.
28, 30. Stand up, Saucy. Show them what you got. Okay. So beauty comes in all shapes, sizes, and colors. So you've been modeling for 5 years. What was that first modeling experience like for you?
I think it was awesome. I mean, I modeled for Full Figure Entertainment, and basically I was around a whole bunch of plus size women who were looking for a way to empower themselves. So I came into a situation where I was very excited to work with these women, and we were doing something that was pretty much unheard of in the Bay Area. We were helping throw plus size parties in Oakland.
Okay.
So the models that were in Full Figure Entertainment were promoting the club. So you see us on the flyers and on the internet. So it was a little bit glamorous for me. And I was like, well, I've never done anything like this before. you know, me coming from an environment where I was just a confident big girl, so I'm going to an environment where it's more confident big girls, and I'm like, this is awesome.
And you
So
felt at home.
absolutely,
But
absolutely.
that first runway show, what was that experience like for you?
It was awesome, even though I was horrible. It was awesome. I remember the flickering lights from the camera, me walking down, people cheering for me, and it was an amazing experience, and I wanted to do it again. It was like drugs, I guess, people who are doing drugs.
Exactly, yeah.
Same experience I had,
Right.
you know, doing modeling.
Now let's move over to the fashion, because you're gonna come every week and give us a
Yes.
fashion tip, a hair, makeup tip. So you're gonna be the go-to girl when we wanna look good. So,
And that is definitely an honor.
so who are you? What makes you that go-to girl? Because we're gonna be looking for something great every week from you.
Well, coming into an industry where being plus size is not supposed to be a fashionable thing, seeing someone of my stature, I think, will give a new insight to women on how they can dress their bodies, how they can look good, and not have people focus so much on the size, but about how to be fashionable at being plus size.
Exactly. And another thing we talked about, I want you to take the camera and hit the streets of Oakland, Richmond, Berkeley, San Francisco, and I want to award those plus size ladies that have it right. You know, take their picture and bring it back and show it to us, because I want it all to be positive, you know, because we look beautiful.
Absolutely.
We're sexy, we're beautiful without even trying.
Absolutely.
So tell us about what we have to look forward to.
My thing is to show a new standard of beauty. That's like my mantra. That's what I scream from the rooftops. We have such this stylized way of seeing beauty, especially being in the fashion industry. You see it and you're like, this is the way I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to have a flat stomach. I'm supposed to be skinny. But there are different facets of women. And there are different ways of looking at beauty. So what you're gonna see from me is me showing that, and me showing women who are doing it unapologetically, without apology, shame, nothing. We're just doing it. We're showing our bodies, we're showing our bellies, we're showing our thighs, we're showing our arms, and we don't care.
And that is the plus size revolution. It is being televised. Thank you, Miss Saucy West.
Plus size, small size, tall size, any size. Be your own kind of beautiful. Be your own kind of.
Hey everybody, it's Saucy West here, and I'm coming to give you my personal little beauty tips for today. Everyone always asks me about my eyebrows. How do I do them? What products do I use? So I'm coming to give a little bit of a demonstration today with Bosie, and I'm so glad that she wanted to do this for me today. I'm not really good at doing other people's makeup, but I'm going to give you your sleek eyebrows today. So stay tuned. So let's get into products and brushes. First, we're going to start off with a spoolie, and a spoolie is nothing but a mascara wand with no product on it. It's good for blending and making sure that everything is seamless and no lines of demarcation are on your eyebrows. You see a lot of girls who do a gradient effect on their eyebrows, going from lighter to darker, and the way to make that look better is to use a spoolie to make sure the product placement is thorough throughout your eyebrow. Another thing is any kind of foundation brush or concealer brush. This helps you blend the product that you put underneath your eyebrows so that it is chiseled, it looks flawless, and the product is blended throughout your face. What I have used for years on my eyebrows and like never has changed is mascara. Good old fashioned Maybelline Great Lash, the pink and green. I use black as black because I wear jet black hair and I make sure that my eyebrows match my hair. So I first take my mascara.
Can I ask a question? Even if your eyebrows are thick, it's okay to make them on fleek?
Absolutely. This is a Sonia Kashuk spoolie. You can get this from Target. Elf has them. You can get them from MAC. Anywhere you go, you can get this spoolie. So what I'm doing is just bringing all of our eyebrow hairs into the same direction. And she has great eyebrow hair direction. Like a lot of people are kind of sparse, they go everywhere, but hers are really good. Even the way she has them right now, she can use like a clear mascara and get the same effect without using so much product, especially because she's younger. She wants to just, use a clear mascara and still use concealer to clean up underneath. She can do that as well without using the products that I'm using. So she has a good structure in the front, so I'm not going to really need to touch the front, so I'm going to focus on the tail end of her eyebrow, and I'm going to bring the product all the way to the end. And a lot of people ask about where should I stop, where should I start. You should always stop your eyebrow where your nose is at that angle going up. So that's where you stop your eyebrow tail at. And I'm just going with her natural arch. So I have a good amount of product on her eyebrows. So I'm going to go back in with the spoolie. And I'm just going to comb it through. And as you can see that definition coming in with the product that I'm using. So if you look at her right eyebrow as opposed to her left, you can see that it's not a lot of dramatic difference, but you can see that the tail is just a little bit more defined in that one because we put product on it, because that was a part of her eyebrow that needed to be brought out by the mascara that I put on it. So the next product that I'm using is something that is discontinued, but I wish that Maybelline would please bring it back. This is a double face perfector, and on one end is concealer and the other end is a highlighter. And I use the highlighter end of this. You can also find this on Amazon, and if you Google it, you could probably find it other little places that still sell it, but Maybelline has discontinued this product. And you can use any other concealer. My secondary one is LA Girl Pro Concealer. Is also a great concealer to use for under eye definition. So we're going to take the product, and usually it's good to get something 2 to 3 shades lighter than what your skin complexion is, especially if you're going into eyeshadow placement after you do your eyebrows. It's good to totally mute out the color so that when you put on your eyeshadow, it all can be, the color can be more vibrant, and also helps from the eyeshadow not creasing. So that so this step is an introduction to eyeshadow as well. So I'm going to take the product and I'm going to put it right underneath her arch. And in the front. And another good thing about this product is that it's kind of opaque, so it's going to cancel out the hairs that are underneath your eyebrows, so you don't have to go and get your eyebrows puffed and waxed and whatever you do with them, because I don't do that anymore, because I feel like doing those processes in the past helped my eyebrows thin out, so I don't have these beautiful eyebrows like she has. So you don't have to get waxed, just get a really opaque concealer and get underneath those eyebrows, and it'll cancel out the hairs underneath there. So I'm going to go back over it again. Then I'm going to go on top of her eyebrow with a concealer that is 1 shade lighter than she is. You can also do something that's the same shade as you if you have that concealer color. The mistake that people make when you see them doing eyebrows is that they have this cast, looks like a mask on top of your eyebrows, is because they use the lighter color on top as well, and you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to use something that is similar to your own skin color, so when you blend it and you chisel it out, it looks natural. So this product is CoverGirl Clean Collection concealer. And I'm going to then carve out the top of her eyebrows. So now you see in comparison to her right and left eye, We have now shaped the brow with the product. We have canceled out any hair on the bottom and carved out the bottom and the top. So now we're going to blend out. And we're going to use our foundation brush. So what I do, this is a foundation brush from e.l.f. It's going to run you about $2. And what I do with it is I kind of take my pointer finger and my thumb and I flatten it out as much as I can, because we're going to use it just like painting. That's how makeup is. It's like painting, and we're just blending out so that everything looks natural and seamless. So we're going to blend out this bottom color by going downward first and then going over. So now you see that bottom is nice and blended out. And we're going to do the same for the top. So we're going to blend out up and smooth it over. And that is the foundation for a fleeked eyebrow. The next steps that you would take if you go further than this is making sure you conceal your eyelid and set it with powder. Then you can start putting on your eyeshadow.
Plus size, small size, tall size, any size. Be your own kind of beautiful. Be your own kind of beautiful. Be your own kind of beautiful. Be your own kind of beautiful.
And I get a call. Well, actually, I did a hair care product called Classy Curl.
Okay.
And that's when, you know,
The Jerry curl.
Oh,
that's
when
was pretty on
Thank
point.
you so much.
Yeah.
That's when, you know, everybody started wearing the Jerry curl, and I was the Jerry curl girl. And it was called Classy Curl.
Okay.
And so I did that, and I was their spokesperson, and I flew around to a lot of different cities promoting their product. And then I was doing a lot of films, little films here and there, working with Eddie Murphy, doing little guest shots on his, you know, movies that he was 48 Hours doing. And then, you know, working with, you know, a lot of other people doing stuff. But then,
You were working.
but then the role of my life came.
Yeah.
Or,
Now, how did that happen? Did you get a phone call? Did you?
yeah,
Okay.
but he didn't tell me who I was going to interview for.
Okay.
And so I walked into this office, and John Landis, the director of Thriller, he's like, this person, and I need you to be like, you know, really sexy, a little girlish attitude or whatever. And then he started playing the Thriller song.
Okay.
And I'm like, looking at him, and I'm thinking, oh no. I said, this is Michael. I said, are you crazy? I said, is this who you want me to work with?
Right.
And he was like saying yes. And I told him, I said, look, I can do it. Don't worry. I said, I'm the right girl for you.
Yeah.
I said, you know, I won't make him nervous. I will treat him really good. And, you know, I said, you know, everything's going to work out fine. Just pick me. Just pick me. You got to pick me. You got to let me do this. And to come to find out, you know, I guess John Landis had seen my picture in Playboy.
Okay.
And I believe he showed it to Michael. And that's how they kind of
Okay.
came together, you know, to decide. If
So you
I
kind of
would-
had it.
a little
edge
a little
going in
edge,
the door.
But I didn't know that. I didn't know that. After I had done Thriller, is that, you know, when I was doing a lot of interviews, and when I would tell people that he was just a big kid and we had fun, the tabloids turned it around and made it look like I was making him look bad, which I
something
didn't.
negative.
Right,
Yeah.
and which I didn't like. At that point, I had like stopped doing interviews.
Yeah.
But no, he liked to play. It's like, okay, you know, like, okay, you're it, Ola. And we would run around. And then, you know, he would jump out, hi, you know, you didn't get me, you know, and he would stand on the top of a limo, you know, and at the end of every show, you know, he would just, we had too much fun.
It was fun.
Yeah,
it
we
was
had
good
too much fun.
time.
It was a very good time.
So you were living the LA dream.
Yes.
I mean, really.
Yeah.
You just was in the right place at the right time. And then, you know, you're on the set of Thriller, having a good time. And then Thriller comes out. This.
Some more films. I did a video with George Benson called Give Me the Night.
Oh yeah.
I'm driving down Sunset Boulevard and we're in a convertible Corniche, and he's popping bottles with me, and we're skating on the beach, and So yeah, I did the video with him for that single.
Wow, wow. So any other after Thriller work that you get, or?
Well, it was so weird. I was going on a lot of interviews for films and stuff, but the work wasn't coming in like I thought it would.
Should have been.
Yeah, it was really weird how a lot of people were looking at me, and a lot of people just wanted me to talk about Michael.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, but can we do the part? Can I do my singing?
Right.
So that it was a little hard for me to be able to be put in those kind of situations, because of course I want to talk about the video on Michael, but I really want to try to just get back to work. Let's get the show. Let's do this.
Right.
And so it was kind of depressing that I didn't get as much work as I thought I would.
Right.